We've had the wild card playoffs going on over the weekend, and the Cowboys, they bite it again. They fooled me, Dave. In our little in-office bracket, I picked them to win. I should have known better. They are done. That's not even really the story. The story is Dan Quinn, who seemed to be a hot coaching commodity, the defensive coordinator of that team. His defense got worked yesterday. That was not a good display. And I don't know if one game changes a front office's view of him. You know, if you're the Seahawks or any team that's interested in him, is that one game going to alter how you feel? Maybe it will. I don't really know. I don't know how much stock they put into that. But that's not really how you want to go out looking for a head coaching job, is it, on that performance? Because that was awful.
Yeah, it was. And, it's just surprising. And, there's all these stats about, the things that the Cowboys don't do in the postseason. But, you allowed a quarterback to come in there 76%, I think, 272 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Meanwhile, you had a top 10 ranking in your just about every category on defense. So, I don't know, does that make him less of a desirable candidate? I've heard that, from people texting and things like that, but I feel like whoever it is, John Schneider has had a deep conviction about him that goes back a long ways. And
prior to this weekend.
Yeah, even that kind of a performance is not going to sway him one way or another. And maybe it's somebody that we haven't really talked a lot about, but if it is Dan Quinn, I don't see how that would. I mean, you're talking about a head coach. It's about messaging, how you're going to approach, how you're going to coach your coaches, all that. Just one game, I don't think is gonna make a big difference if it is Dan Quinn.
Well, maybe it could help their bargaining position. Be like, well, not for that last game. We might be looking at a different number, but based on how you went out, we're going to give you this much. I doubt. I'm kidding, but yeah, you wonder. I mean,
maybe in your mind you think what you just said.
Yeah, I will say this. I did see again. Fan reaction was, "Oh, I don't want this guy." That's let's not get a retread. Let's get a fresh mind. Let's get somebody with a new perspective that isn't a disciple of what's been here the whole time. Somebody who comes in just fresh eyes on the product, so to speak, and. There seems to be a desire for that, which I don't think is wrong. I don't know which, ultimately John will make that choice and figure out what's best for the organization. But I get as a fan going, yeah, just give me somebody who's not married to how it used to be this, and this is what we're going to do, and this is how it used to be done here. No, somebody fresh. I get that. But if they were to hire Dan Quinn, I'd be okay. It wasn't pretty yesterday by any stretch. It's not a good look, but I don't think that represents who he is as a potential head coach. So
can we hear from Micah Parsons or
yeah,
McCarthy?
Here's Parsons real quick. He was asked about Dan Quinn potentially getting a head coaching job.
Yeah, that's like my OG for real. He means a lot to me, not only because it's not just about football. I think Q, we were talking today, and I was like, could you do the college thing because of Saban and all them? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, because you're just such a great mentor. Like, I think he does a great job finding ways for you to love the game, find ways to go around the game. It isn't always has to be hard-nosed. I think it's more of a friendship. So he don't just treat me like a player. He treats me almost like a friend, and he's always there for me when I need him. And we're not afraid to have this hard conversation. And if he do leave me, it's always love. And he might take me with him. You never know.
Oh. Now I want him to come to Seattle.
Me too. I'll take Micah Parsons and anybody.
Yeah, if you can figure out a way to get him out here, then Dan Quinn, welcome to Seattle.
A little package deal.
Yeah, that would be sweet. One more quickly before take two. Mike McCarthy asked if he thinks that loss would lead to a head coaching change.
We're disappointed. I got a whole team in the locker rooms that's hurting, and that's I haven't thought past the outcome of this game.
Yeah, we'll find out, but maybe Dan Quinn will be in line for that job if McCarthy gets let go. Maybe he'll stay in Dallas and become the head coach.
Well, I think McCarthy and Schneider go way back. Yeah. So, yeah, you never know. But, again, I feel like whoever it is, Schneider's had his eye on him for a couple of years.